Good morning and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jane Bell. I'm the author of Time Smart Teaching, the workload management book for teachers. I'm very happy to be joined today by my brother, Chris.
Hello.
Who is an
Nice to be here.
expert at TEFL. He's taught TEFL really successfully in Korea for 5 years. And so I've invited him on today to tell you a little bit about TEFL. And we've dubbed this the 4 myths of teaching TEFL. And if you like this content and you found it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. So, Chris, tell us, do you need to be a native speaker in order to teach TEFL abroad?
No, you don't need to be a native teacher to teach TEFL abroad, because if anything, it distracts the students from the language you're trying to teach them. They're trying to learn from you. If you're using their language in the class, they'll know that they can speak to you in that language and you will get nowhere very, very fast. However, that being said, it's always nice to try and speak some of the language that you're going into, whether you're teaching in Japan or China or Korea. And because they appreciate that so much. If you just teach in the teacher's office out of earshot from the students, they will really, really appreciate that.
That's good to know. Thank you. So the second myth, is it true that you can't make good money teaching TEFL abroad? Is the pay poor?
No, this is a poor misconception. And it really depends where you go. So when you start out in your first year, most people end up in hagwons, but the pay is, even there, the pay is really, really good.
Can you give us some price equivalent of your teaching salary?
For UK money, it starts off at about £1,300, and it scales up after so many years in increments. It goes up in sections. I can only speak for in Korea, in sections of 100,000 won. So for every extra year you work, you get 100,000 won. If you work further away from the capital of Seoul, in the outskirts, you'll get what's called a country living allowance, and you'll get slightly more for your travel and everything else. And it's like £150 more a month, which is worth it. So it's worth considering. And it's fine going in those satellite cities, teaching there and taking jobs there. And Korea is Korea everywhere. It's great service. It's great everywhere. So
That's
I recommend
good.
it.
Are there any other teaching perks? Because some people might think, oh, £1,300, that's not much money. But are there any other perks to the job?
Yeah, there are a lot of perks to the job. They'll pay for your flight ticket out there. They'll pay for it back after a year, and so you can go home for the vacation time, and you can come back again, and they'll pay for it back again. There's also the rent. You don't pay any rent. They'll cover the rent, and they'll cover what's called the key money, which is like a big deposit for you to rent the apartment, which is the way of doing things there. Whereas in the UK we have direct rent. There they have this thing called key money. So, but the school or the academy that you're applying to, they will sort all of that out. They will do all the paperwork.
That's a massive bonus. So your income is your disposable income.
Yeah,
so you
right.
you could literally go and work teaching TEFL in somewhere like Korea, and your disposable income could build up quite quickly for a deposit for a house back home.
Massively so. And the cost of living there is so cheap too. One of the great things about working in Korea is the cost of living is just so cheap. You can go out and eat a really good meal for like £5, like really, really good, like in a restaurant. It's insane with all these little side dishes.
And I'd just like to say as an ad note, he is really good at cooking Korean food.
That's nice.
Since he got back from Korea.
No,
Thanks for that. So, myth 3, it's expensive, it's time consuming to put yourself through a TEFL course. Is that true? How did you go about doing your TEFL qualification?
Well, what I did and what I would recommend you to do is to find a university that's got a language center attached to it and take the TEFL course as an elective. And what that will do is you can get your degree, which will help you to get into public schools. That's where you want to be. That's where the scaling pay rise is guaranteed. But you don't get that in the hagwons. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is you can take it as an elective, so it counts towards your course. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for visiting with us today and talking to us about your experience in TEFL in Korea. It's a really great option to get into if you're sick of teaching in UK schools or you like the idea of teaching abroad. As you can see, there's loads of perks, there's loads of bonuses with that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you found any of the TEFL content interesting, or you want to know more about TEFL and you'd like us to do more information about TEFL teaching, then don't forget to put something in the comments and we will make another video on this. So for now, that's us, and we hope you enjoy your weekend. Bye.